Sorry, there we go. Can you all hear me now? Perfect. Okay. Thanks. Just one little technical glitch. Still no sound, Jody? Yay. Okay, we're here together. Perfect. This is a very special time as I celebrate with all of you, being with you all this evening. This is one of our most sacred times of the year here in New Mexico and really all over the world, a time when we really celebrate the birthday of Guru Ram Das. It's a time of deep, deep prayer, prayer for miracle, prayer for healing, and prayer for upliftment for whatever our prayers might be. So as we join together tonight, think of yourself, all of the women in this group, sitting in a circle together. And as we sit together, let's close our eyes down, join our hearts, and listen deeply at the center of this circle. Imagine we're all sitting in a circle together, joining our hearts in deep reverence and prayer for this gift of being together as women and being together to celebrate our divinity as women. Celebrate our possibility as we join our hearts together to create transformation and change, not just for ourselves, but to all those we love, to our families, to our community, and to this world. So let's bring our hearts and our hands together, palms together. Press your thumbs gently into the center of the chest and press those palms together all the way from the base of your palms to the tip of your fingers. Tuck your chin slightly and take a deep breath in. Focus at the center of your forehead and hold this moment of silence as you listen deeply, focusing at the third eye. And exhale. And inhale to begin. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Ad Gire Name, Jugad Gire Name, Sat Gire Name, Sri Guru Deve Name. Ad Gire Name, Jugad Gire Name, Sat Gire Name, Sri Guru Deve Name. Ad Gire Name, Jugad Gire Name, Sat Gire Name, Sri Guru Deve Name. Inhale with a deep, deep breath. Hold this precious breath. Listen deeply within. And relax your hands down. So tonight, our session, we are focusing on how do we navigate through these really changing times in the world with grace, with grit, and with a glow. So tonight we'll do some practices together, share some information, share some beautiful quotes from Yogi Bhajan's teachings for women. We're going to focus a lot on some really real challenges that we face in our life, some challenges with how do we communicate effectively, how do we truly lead and acknowledge within our inner strength and our inner power. How do we fight that strong voice of adversity that we have within, which is our fear and insecurity. So this is a very changing time in the world right now. In the year that we're in, we still have 1 foot in the Piscean age, 1 foot in the Aquarian age, 1 foot in the Kali Yuga, and 1 foot in this new age. It's a very, very strong time right now of a lot of polarity and a lot of adversity. And the law of polarity is that the farther apart you get in the poles, or the farther away we get from the Piscean age, the more challenging it could be, and it will be, because those poles are getting further apart, and the energy of resistance is strong, and the energy on the other side, the energy to move ahead, is also strong. So what can we do in these times to truly ride this wave of polarity, ride this wave of resistance? What can we do? How can we do it? And what can we best do as women that will help not only ourselves, but all those people around us and those situations around us move more effortlessly and maintain more effortlessly calm and centeredness and inner strength and radiance? So that's really our conversation tonight. One of the things that is important to remember is we have an amazing technology through Kundalini Yoga and our practices of the yoga, the meditation, the pranayama, the sound current that we've been given. And these techniques, we all know, we're teachers, we practice, we teach, we share, we know what they do for us. But sometimes as teachers, we forget that some of the greatest gifts we have been given from very ancient science of Ayurveda is the lifestyle aspects of this technology of Kundalini Yoga. And often we forget those, and we forget to even share those with our students, because these lifestyle techniques are such an important key tool in just helping us to stay centered and focused. I am not young. I feel young, but I'm not so young. And I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother of 2 beautiful grandchildren. I've been married for 43 years, and I've been on this path a long, long time. And some of the anchor points I constantly go back to in the lifestyle, which have helped me so much, and I've watched how they've really helped the students in my classes, and particularly women, stay centered and focused, are this. Very simply, going back to that art of hydrotherapy, how to take a cold shower. And it's something that I've been practicing for these over 40 years. My first experience of Kundalini Yoga was actually 1971. I didn't start taking cold showers right away. It was not something I did right in the beginning. It took me a little while to ease myself into it. But by 1972, I went to my first summer solstice, and those cold showers were actually jumping in an ice cold river in Northern California. And that was our Ishnan. That was our morning practice in the dark. So gradually, I returned from that solstice and started incorporating cold showers into my life. And I still do it. Do I love it? No. Do I do it? Yes. Do I get in that cold shower every morning? I always do the ritual of rubbing myself with oil. I use almond oil on my skin from head to toe before I step into the cold shower. I wear a pair of shorts, cotton shorts with elastic on them to help prevent my thighs, my upper thighs, which, to remind you again, I know you learned this in your teacher training. Your upper thighs are an area where the body, it helps to regulate the body temperature by helping to protect those thighs from being exposed to too much heat or too much cold. So when you get in the cold shower, it's nice to have your upper thighs covered. You can obviously step into the shower, soap yourself up after you've done your oil massage, then step a little out of the water, drop your shorts down, soap up again, get back in 2 or 3 times. And the only place, again, as a reminder, you don't want that cold water to hit is you don't want it to hit right on your forehead. If it touches it a little bit, fine, but all over the rest of your body. And I just want to remind you of something about the cold showers. When you're in the showers, please massage your breast area. One of the things that I heard Yogi Bhajan say over and over again, and I was in events with him with people that had never done Kundalini Yoga before, and he would raise his voice to this really loud, high-pitched level and just scream it. Women, you have to massage your breasts. You have to let that cold water run all over your breast and really massage your breast in that cold shower. Because remember that the lymph system of the body it's the largest component of your immune system. The lymph system has no self-pumping mechanism. It moves toxins out of your system, the lymph, and moves into the cells of the body good, healthy nutrients. So the way we move our lymph is through movement and through breath. And letting that cold water run all over your body is one of the greatest ways to get your circulation going and your lymphatic system pumping and moving. So I can't stress enough how important that is for your health. But beyond that, in these changing times, no matter how much you don't want to do a cold shower, and I know for many of you, you're living in places where the water gets really cold in the winter, like it does here in northern New Mexico. But it's the best thing you can do to help keep you smiling and radiant during these times of transition we're living in right now. Another important health tip to remember is the way we go to sleep at night affects the way we wake up in the morning. So again, take some time, massage your feet with a cool washcloth. Let all those nerve endings in the soles of your feet just relax. Because as women, whatever our frequency is, will determine the frequency of everything around us. It's also important to recognize that as women, we go through change and transition throughout our monthly cycle. Even if you're already done with your monthly cycle and you are menopausal and you're perimenopausal or postmenopausal, remember something. You are like the waxing and waning of the moon as a woman. Every 28 days, you're going through tremendous shift in your hormone level. But for women, you are so sensitive that every 2.5 hours, your hormone levels are shifting. So it's important that we give ourselves space and time every single day to give ourselves that space to just come to center, come to shunya, come to still point. And that's not just during your meditation in the morning or the evening, but that's throughout the day. So one of the beautiful gifts that Yogi Bhajan has given us is this gift of recognizing that a woman needs every 4 hours 11 minutes of relaxation. 11 minutes every 4 hours. And I'm sure if every woman in the world had the space and time to do that, this world would be a very different place. So tonight, let's start together by taking those 11 minutes now to go within, center ourselves, calm ourselves with a very simple practice. Bring your right hand into Gyan Mudra, forefinger and thumb together. Your right elbow is by your side. I'm going to turn my camera down a little bit so you can see. Your left palm is resting right at your heart center with the hand resting on the chest, right at the level of the heart, 4 fingers to the side, and thumb extended slightly up towards your head. In this meditation, your eyes can be either closed or slightly open, looking straight ahead. The breath is simply an inhale, hold the breath, and exhale. Hold the breath out. Continue inhaling, holding the breath in. Exhale, hold the breath out. Continue at your own pace, listening deeply to the sound of your breath. This is a beautiful pranayama. It's called meditation for a calm heart. Inhale slowly through the nose and hold. Suspend your breath in. Lift your heart. Lift the chest. Hold the breath in as long as possible. And then exhale. Breath out. Hold the breath out as long as possible. This beautiful pranayama will take you to a state of calm, ease, and if you have any anxiety within, it'll vanish, that anxiety. Listen to the sound of your breath. Connect to that silent space within, hearing the beat of your heart. Let your breath be full and complete as you breathe in, deep breath, and then holding that breath in as long as you can. And as you exhale, breathing out, go to that place of silence, of stillness, and hold the breath out as long as you can. And deeply listen. Let your breath deepen. These last 2 minutes, receive through your right hand. Bring in through your left hand. Last minute, hold beautifully steady. Take a deep breath in, hold it. Suspend the breath. And exhale. Hold the breath out. Inhale again. Hold. Exhale, suspend the breath out. Inhale one more time. And exhale and relax. Keep your eyes closed. So that was simply 11 minutes. You can see and feel and notice the changes within. Now share with me in your chat, what would it be like if every day, every 4 hours, you had some practice, either a meditative practice like this, or maybe just sitting very quietly and drinking a cup of tea and just relaxing your breath. But every 4 hours for 11 minutes, you tuned into your breath and you brought your breath under your conscious control and really listened for 11 minutes. Share with me in your chat. I want to hear what that would be like for you and how that would change you and others around you. So please take this time to share with me now. Love to hear from you. It takes me a minute to get your messages, so I'm going to share one. Thank you, Charlotte. Bliss, rejuvenation, calm energy, I'd be so much quieter, more thoughtful, very calming, and I can be calm for others. I'd be a lot more calm throughout the day and would be able to make better decisions based on a calm heart. I'd be more patient. I'm a teacher for adolescents. God bless you, Namdan. It would be a divine gift for myself and a wonderful example for others to incorporate. Thanks, Chandradev. Danae, much quieter and more thoughtful. So I think we could all see the truth in this amazing gift that Yogi Bhajan shared. I feel it would allow me to feel better, centered, and patient. I feel so relaxed, so I'm guessing that if I was doing this every 4 hours, I'd be less reactive and have a more positive effect on others. I don't know if you all can hear what's going on in my world here, but there's a huge thunderstorm here. So it's no accident that when we made this decision to talk tonight about grace, grit, and glow and how to ride through these stormy times, a storm hits really hard here. So hopefully my power will stay on. But I want to stretch now into some parts of us that I think are really important for us to recognize as women. Thanks, Namjoti. I agree. I know it would be challenging to do this every 4 hours. I know it's a tough one, but is it worth it? And I wouldn't just try, because that patience that you're going to bring forward and the mood and more cooperative, it'll pay off big time. So, yeah, I think the 11 minutes, thanks Jody, it's a big jump from the 3 minutes, but it's going to make a profound difference. So I encourage you to go for it and share on your Facebook group, on the coaching Facebook group, what happens when you start to do that. So I want to share a little something that I started talking about last week. And those of you that weren't on the call, I'd like to just go back a little bit. But as women, we have an incredible gift. We have the gift of both hemispheres of our brain being able to very quickly and easily transmit information from one side of our brain to the other. That means our logical, rational, very focused part of our brain, and then the more creative, intuitive, subjective parts of our brain are able to communicate, make decisions, see the whole picture of what's going on inside and outside simultaneously. It's challenging for us as women because we get so much input from both sides of our brain simultaneously that often it can put us into a state of what I call mental hallucination. We process and process and process and worry and worry and worry and fixate and fixate. But the other side of that, our gift, is that if we can really just trust so deeply that information that's coming to us and work from that place of seeing and knowing the whole, then we can be incredible leaders. We can move forward with so much clarity in both where we need to go and how we need to help others. Now, that's challenging for us because one of the things that is so amazing about our nature as women is that we do see the whole. We're like a scout. In primitive times, it was no accident that the women were scouts. They were like the scouts. They would go out in nature. They would see the way the plants were formed. They would see the whole picture. And they would come back to their village and they would inform, traditionally, the men exactly where to go for their hunting, exactly how to travel there. And that's our gift as women, but it's actually our curse, because we can be very controlling, we can be very judgmental, and we can be like, we see the whole picture. How come they can't get it? And the challenge is the typical male brain, the messages between both sides of their brain go slowly from one side of the brain to the other. So it's more difficult for them to see the whole picture. Now, men can develop that. They can develop that acuity through meditation, through any kind of spiritual practice. They can develop that ability for the brain to be able to work harmoniously from one side to the other. But it's important to recognize this for ourselves as women, and it's also important to develop this, to be able to, boom, just go right to where we were before, which is we have so much information that's coming to us that we have to go to that place of still. We have to go to that place of shunya, of silence, in order to truly move forward with the best part of ourself. That part of ourself that's clear, that part of ourself that is neutral. By neutral, I don't mean that you don't act and that you don't feel, but that wisdom part of ourself, which can speak and act from that place of truth within. It's not important, really, what we say. It's more important how we say it and when we say it. I know that very concretely from 43 years of marriage, living with a very typical male, that the minute I'm off my center and off my game, he can feel it and he becomes reactive. The minute I'm steady, I'm open, I'm relaxed, then, and I can look in his eyes, then that communication is effortless and moves. So whether it's our partner, whether it's our children, whether it's our work, as women, Yogi Bhajan often said, it's our subtle, it's our presence which works. That doesn't mean you shut up. That doesn't mean you don't speak. But it means to speak from that place of your real truth, without judgment, without fear, with compassion and openness. So I've learned this the hard way. I've been in many situations, again, where my tone gets like this and my jaw gets like, and the minute I do that, it totally shuts down communication with my children, at work, in my work environment, in my home environment, with anyone. So there's a few tips I'd like to share with you tonight. One is the most important aspect of our communication is listening. All communication is going to be determined, and the most important part of communication, the success or failure of any communication, any conversation, is determined in the first 15 seconds of your communication. So if your posture is open, not like, but just simply open, even sitting with your palms up, your heart open, your face relaxed, and just take it in. Even if you just take that first 15 seconds to connect eye to eye with someone, you've established that place of ease and of trust. So I'm taking this back to how important that relaxation every 4 hours is. Because when we're in that place of ease, our communication is going to be successful. The other aspect of communication is if you're going into a difficult conversation, have the highest outcome and the highest intention in mind. Listen, repeat back to the other person in your words what you heard them say, and then keep listening, keep open, and then it's really, really important that you just come back to that intention without the shoulds, without gain or loss, because there are different ways to communicate, but it's never about gain or loss. It's about just establishing that connection. It's not about you winning or losing. I wanted to share with you a few beautiful quotes from Yogi Bhajan that have inspired me so much. Remember one thing: listen to everyone patiently. Act only when you have to act. You are the biggest fool if you listen and always think you have to act. Listen to all and everything, but you must command yourself. The greatest weakness in the psyche is the internal balance. Your first job is to listen. You have to build a strong personality so that you can listen to everything, but command yourself. When you listen to somebody, you can immediately create a balance by saying, I'm listening. Your acting is in listening, not reacting. You should have so much power and discipline to listen that you do so without making any physical or emotional sign. Just listen. Just remember, in every communication, the first 15 seconds are usually difficult. During this turbulent time, the human psyche projects from the arc line to the radiant light, which is your aura. If you become calm and listen, then your only turmoil will be for this short 15 seconds. If you react, it'll be throughout the conversation. So again, I want to acknowledge for all of us as women, it's not just important that we do this with others, but it's also important that we take that time every 4 hours, a few times a day, to listen inside, because it takes some time. Remember, when you go into that conversation with yourself, that first 15 seconds is also kind of hellish, because your negative mind is always the first mind to erupt, to rise her head. So listen, be calm, and know that if you just simply inhale, hold, and listen, the wisdom will always be available to you. Please, questions now or comments. I'd like to pause for a minute. I wish I could hear you speak, so speak through your words you communicate through the chat. Why is it important that we listen? Why is it important that we listen to ourselves? Thanks, Jody. Believe me, this has been a challenging experience, because I am a good talker. Generally, women speak in like 30,000 words a day, and most typical males speak in 7. So it's been challenging for me. I'm very extroverted. I love to talk, and listening is challenging for me. So this has been really good reminder to me to always remind myself. So thank you for letting me share it with you. Anyone else about listening? How would it be if you listened more in your day? How would it be if you listened to yourself? Thanks, Tamara. Listen and listen some more. Yeah. Needing to talk. That's a big one. We always feel like we have to say it. Listen equals silent. So now let's go to that place of listening for a few minutes. Yes. Thanks, Jody. I'll tell you one of the great, thanks, Namdan. Yes, it does expand your radiant body when you listen. Because when we are not in connection with our true self, I call that the capital S of the self, not the little s, then our doubt and fear vanishes, and our radiant body and our arc line becomes so bright. What weakens our magnetic field and our arc line and our radiance is most importantly our self-doubt. So when we are connected through that place of listening, our radiant body grows and expands. And that is what is truly communicating with the other person and other self and ourself. Thanks, Namjoti, because that's really important to recognize that our next generation is invaded with technology. So they are losing that eye-to-eye connection. Tell your kids if it's important that just explain to them that for certain times with your children, sit down at a meal with them with no electronics and eye to eye. Same thing in your communication with your partners, whatever it is. You know, turn off the TV, look eye to eye. When you do that, what happens is it establishes a powerful connection when you look eye to eye with someone to the longest cranial nerve in the body, the vagus nerve. It calms your digestion. It slows down your breathing rate. And it brings you to that state of calm. When you're looking eye to eye with someone, establishing that soul-to-soul connection, it awakens this higher functioning part of our brain, which is that connection to the infinite possibilities that are there for all of us. So even when we close our eyes and establish this eye-to-eye connection with the infinite, or just even think about God or the infinite, it has that same effect of awakening the frontal lobe of the brain, which gives us a connection to infinite possibilities and to our true self. So now let's take a few minutes now to go within again and establish again in silence our connection to self. So this is a very beautiful meditation that we practiced for a few minutes last week. And I'd like to do it again. Our greatest enemy that we have as women, what throws us or carries us away from our center, is our lack of confidence within ourself. What carries us away from ourself is our self-doubt and our insecurities. We're so often looking outside of ourselves for acknowledgement. We're so often looking to the other to appreciate us. So this is a very simple, beautiful practice to help us appreciate the you within you, to be, I am, I am. Bring your hands into Gyan Mudra, hands resting on the knees with the palms facing up. Your eyes are closed and you're looking down through to the center of your chin. As you inhale, deep, deep, slow, slow breath with your eyes closed, focusing right through the center of your chin. Suspend your breath and mentally recite, I am bountiful, I am blissful, I am beautiful. And exhale. Hold the breath out, mentally reciting, excel, excel, fearless. Inhale, hold the breath. I am bountiful, I am blissful, I am beautiful. Exhale, excel, excel, fearless. Inhale. I am bountiful, I am blissful, I am beautiful. Exhale. Excel, excel, fearless. Inhale. Hold. I am bountiful, I am blissful, I am beautiful. Exhale. Excel, excel, fearless. Inhale. I am bountiful, I am blissful, I am beautiful. Exhale. Excel, excel, fearless. One more time. Inhale. I am bountiful, I am blissful, I am beautiful. Exhale. Excel, excel, fearless. Keep your eyes closed. Feel and notice your breath, your radiant body, yourself within yourself. How do you feel at this moment in time? And what will you take away with you from our time together tonight that'll carry you through this week? What is that one gem that you'll take away with you, that one gift? Just open your eyes and share with me how you're feeling and what you'll take away with you from our time together tonight. This beautiful practice, actually, Yogi Bhajan suggests you do it twice a day, just for 3 minutes. And I would love it if you could share it with 10 other women. Please. It's so simple and so powerful. Thanks, Jody. Listening more fully. Me too. Anyone else? What are you taking away with you? And how do you feel? 11 minutes every 4 hours. I'm going to put a timer. Yes, Charlotte. Love to hear how that is for you. Start cold showers again. Yay. Last meditation and looking within. Fearless and looking within. Thanks, Amarjot. Namjoti, feeling grateful, highly motivated, and committed to the 11-minute challenge. Take the time for me. 11 minutes every 4 hours. We'll promise to share. Thanks, thanks. Bless you too. Listen. Thanks, Gursurya. Share more lifestyle tips with students. Awesome. Great. Great, great. Beautiful. Thanks, Jody. Love it that you're doing this for 3 minutes, twice daily. 11 minutes every 4 hours. I like it that you're being real with the 3 minutes every 4 hours. Perfect. Great. So we have one more session together. Thanks, Charlotte, releasing fear and self-doubt. Many thanks. Do it, do it, do it. I know you're all touching many, many, many people, and just one little tiny bit of wisdom you can share is always so empowering for everyone. And remember, it's changing not just the women that you touch, but all their families, all their friends, and this entire world. And we've got some work to do because we have to get to a tipping point really quickly in this world of peace, of light, and of healing. Thanks, Namdan. Thanks, Gursurya. Thanks, all of you. Love you all so much as well. I love connecting with you. And please do share on the Facebook page. We have our coaching Facebook page. I do read it. I do interact with all of you. So please send me your questions, send me your feedback, and love all of you. Let's finish with Longtime Sun. Inhale deeply. May the longtime sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Sat Nam. Peace to all, light to all, love to all. Thank you all, thank you all, thank you all. God bless this earth with peace. Sat Nam.